have one. Okay, she's coming back. It looks like she's coming back. Let's give her more time. So can I give one member of the call as we wait for Rose Deborah to make her or his remarks? And the remarks we want you to make, can you please do a reaction to our conversation up to now, up to where we are right now? Please, can you do a reaction? It can be a positive reaction, can be a negative reaction. You can give a summary of what we have talked about. So I'm being reminded not to forget to define the roles. Hey, Rose Deborah, are you there? I can see the number has gone up to 23. Rose Deborah, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Please continue. And I hope you are recording. Share your screen and continue with your presentation. And remember to remove that part where you are logged out from the video, from the presentation when you are editing the video. Please go ahead.
So as I was saying, we're going to have the progress dashboard where we can be able to track the attendance of students, academics, and the user data. And also the other person who is going to have access to this progress dashboard. In the progress dashboard, you're going to have a digital registry, which is going to be accessed by the school principal, the teachers, the teacher on duty, and the school head cook. The school head cook should have this particular records because most of the time when the school head cooks decides to, when they are preparing the meals for the students, they usually calculate the amount of food to be cooked according to the number of students in the entire school, and this usually ends up bringing about the issue of food wastage when we have excess food remaining due to a number of students missing school on that particular day. And this is because the head cook didn't have the correct data for the students, for the number of students who are present in the school. So when the head cook will have the digital registry information, when they're going to have access to the students' attendance, they will know how many students are going to be present in the school, and they will know how much food to prepare so that it should be enough for the students and not in excess. We're also going to have the notifications where we'll have automated reminders for submissions for students, teachers, and parents. When teachers give out assignments and the students are supposed to submit them within a stipulated period, we're going to have notifications to remind these students that, hey, it is time to hand in your submission. And once they have submitted them, the teachers are going to be notified that such and such a student had submitted their assignment or the work that you gave them to submit. And the parents are also going to be notified of the when the teachers have already graded the students on their submissions and the results are out, the parents are going to get a notification too, so that they can be able to check the progress of their student in maybe if it is a particular subject. And we're going to have reports where we're going to be able to, by the use of AI, generate schemes of work, lesson plans, records of work, tests, quizzes, and mark sheets when details are entered into the system, or when topics are selected from the syllabus. When a student wants to learn a certain topic, they are going to be able to input the details of that topic into the system, and the system will be able to generate schemes of work, lesson plans, records of work, tests, and quizzes for this particular student. And we're going to have out-of-class participation. This is going to include talent show registration and extracurricular activities registration. And we are also going to have under the resources upload, and then we're going to have a media upload feature where if a school had organized a talent show or an extracurricular activity event within the school compound, it is going to be recorded and it is going to be uploaded under the media upload, so that other schools can also view the activities that are going on within the other schools. And next one, you're going to look, we're still looking at the app features, and under the user roles, under the students will be able to buy the KISWATE Digital Academy Dynamic Digital Textbook in form of Bamba 100, Bamba 80, Bamba 50, Bamba 40, Bamba 25, and Bamba 10, which will be available on a subscription basis, where when the airtime is depleted, they will have to purchase more credit card to continue with their learning process. If a student had requested learning resources on a specific topic, and they want to access these resources for an entire day, they will have to purchase airtime for that amount of time. And once the credit card has run out for that amount of time, sorry, they're going to have to repurchase the credit card so that they can be able to renew the subscription for that particular topic or for those resources. And for the teachers, we will give TSC registered teachers the opportunity to work for more than one school at an extra pay during the hours not taken up by their primary job. The teachers are going to be able to teach in other schools or teach other individual students, and you can be able to, it's going to also give the students who are being homeschooled an opportunity to learn with these other students. They're also going to fit into this curriculum without losing out on any information. So the teachers, when they are not teaching, when they have extra time in between their classes, they're going to be able to take up roles as online teachers for these other schools and for these other students. And the teachers should be able to generate schemes of work, marking scheme, and attendance record for the app, so that when a student needs information on a particular topic, when a student needs questions or quizzes, or just an overview of or a summary of a certain topic, they should be able to get them immediately. And principals and class teachers will be able to monitor the progress of the students and the teachers as well. And it's going to be a digital platform with a user-friendly interface, which is still in design, and it is going to be compatible with the major operating systems for the iPhones and also the other Android devices. And under the functionality, you're going to have seamless video uploads. If a student has a video of for example, when a school will have the talent show or any extracurricular activities, and they have media or videos that they want to upload to the system, the upload is going to be seamless, and we're going to have real-time progress updates. When a student has been assigned a task or a test by the teacher, and they have uploaded it and the teacher has marked it, the results the results are supposed to be almost instant. and they're going to be real time. If the teacher has something to correct, they'll also upload that, and the student will be able to see what it is they have to correct. And you're going to have secure login for different user roles. This means that no student can use another student's account. Once a student has logged in, that account is going to be specifically assigned to that particular student. So there won't be any instance of, let's say, one student using another student's account to access resources. Or maybe even if it is teachers, no teacher will be able to use another teacher's account to access these particular resources. And you're going to have WhatsApp and Telegram integration, where and we're going to have the integration for WhatsApp and Telegram to facilitate easy video submission and to ensure accessibility for all the students who do not have access to WhatsApp are going to be using Telegram to upload their videos, and students who do not have Telegram are going to be using WhatsApp to upload their videos. And this process is going to be a process where students submit videos to a designated WhatsApp number if it is their parents' phone number, or if it is their teacher's phone number, or maybe if it is theirs, they're going to be able to use that phone number to submit their videos. And subject teachers are going to verify and upload digital text, audio, and videos to the app. We're going to have an evaluation system where technical experts and consultants should be able to log in and evaluate our sources if they meet a certain threshold. We're going to have experts from the Ministry of Education and from the Teacher Service Commission to come to the KISWATE Digital Academy and evaluate our system if whatever we are doing it's at par with whatever the Ministry of Education has recommended for the education system of the country. And we are going to have industry regulators such as experts from the KICD and an expert from the Ministry of Education of Kenya should be able to log in to review our progress and make such recommendations. And we're going to have teachers review the monthly submissions by the students, and you're going to have performance reports accessible to all the stakeholders. The stakeholders are the people that are investing heavily in this academy, in this school. So they're going to be able to see where the money is going and if it is working according to what we had promised. And then you're going to have a feedback mechanism where we're going to get weekly feedback from stakeholders. Stakeholders, like I said, they're going to be able to review the system every now and again, which is on a weekly basis, and they're going to be able to be giving us feedback every week. And we'll have the timely evaluation reports from the experts such as the regulators from the KICD and the Ministry of Education of Kenya. The implementation plan of this project is going to take place in 4 phases. The first phase is almost coming to an end, which was the planning phase. We've been gathering requirement and designing the platform and user interface and feature specification, which is the features that I've just explained previously. And then you're going to have the development phase, which is going to kick in immediately after we are done with the planning phase, which is the app and website development. And then you're going to have the integration with WhatsApp, which is going to take place almost simultaneously. And then you'll move to the third phase, which is the testing and training. We're going to have, once the app has been developed, we are going to test it. We're going to select a school and we're going to test it using the students and teachers in that school and the parents also. And if it is okay, if the app is working the way that we had promised, the way that we want it to work, exactly the way we had planned for it to work, we're going to train the students and the teachers for the students and teachers in the other schools, and then we're going to launch the app. And this will include full-scale implementation in these other schools. So this means the app is going to be accessible to all the other schools, and we're going to carry out continuous monitoring and feedback every now and again. We're going to test if the app is working properly, if we have any hiccups with the functionalities of the app, we are going to be able to fix that within this phase. Benefits of the KISWATE Digital Academy app. For students, it gives students an opportunity to attend school even when they are at home due to unavoidable circumstances like sickness, pandemic, school strikes, natural calamities like floods, and you're going to have enhanced academic and extracurricular engagement. The extracurricular engagement is going to be possible when the other schools host their talent shows and extracurricular events through the app. And you're going to have reduced textbook prices. So the students, they won't be able to worry too much about where they're going to get the money to buy textbooks. And for teachers, we're going to have streamlined monitoring and feedback. They're going to be able to monitor individual students with ease because they're going to have the help of the artificial intelligence. And we are going to have better communication with students, given that they're going to be able to have streamline individual monitoring for each student. And it will give teachers also an opportunity to work for more than one school at an extra pay during the hours that they are not taken up by their primary job. And for KISWATE, we are going to have an effective scholarship management. That is also going to be one of the features in the app. For the students that are being sponsored by KISWATE, there's going to be a feature where it gives us the records of all the students that are being sponsored by KISWATE, their progress in their schools, and all their details also. And the feature is also going to include a section where you can also apply for the KISWATE scholarship. And yeah, it's going to basically it will give us comprehensive progress tracking for these students. In conclusion, this proposed application will be a second play in the implementation for the CBC curriculum, where students will have access to physical school and, in addition, a digital school, which is the KISWATE Digital Academy. And it will facilitate communication, progress tracking, and ensure that students meet the scholarship requirements. The KISWATE scholarship has its own requirements, in which if you do not meet these requirements, you are either not accepted, or if you had already been accepted and you do not meet the requirements, you are dropped from the scholarship. The application will be funded by a yearly subscription fee that is going to be paid by the participating schools. The subscription plan it has a funding model which includes a yearly subscription, and this yearly subscription by the schools that are going to be in the KISWATE Digital Academy. It will be to maintain the application and the services that are being offered. And the rates are going to be affordable to ensure sustainability within the school. And it's going to be a high return on investment for schools and for the stakeholders who are investing in the KISWATE Digital Academy. So yeah, basically that is it. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask me questions according to the presentation.
Okay, thank you so much, Rose Deborah. Members of the call, if you are hearing me, can you type yes on the charts, please? And I'm going to acknowledge you when you type yes. Members of the call, if you are hearing me, can you please type yes on the charts? Yes from Mike Wanjohi. Yes from Margaret Aila. Thank you so much. Yes from Duncan Kirui. Rach from Mary Maina. Yes from this yes is from who? From James. Oh, can I have more, please? Yes, from Beatrice Ikobe. Thank you so much. Yes, from Michelle Ouma. Thank you so much. Rest from Mike Hendera again. My rest from Melvis Adiambo. Yes, from Juma Harun. Thank you so much, Juma. Rest from Samsung SM something. Thank you, Samsung. Oh, yes, from Techno Mobile Limited. Thank you, Techno. Can I have more, please? I have like 21 people in the call. Are they on autopilot? This is how to get them. Ogembo, thank you so much. Nyatichi, Ogembo Nyatichi. Can I have more, please? Yes, from Loveline. Thank you so much, Loveline Atiang. More. Yes, Joshua Ouma. Oh, this is Joshua Ouma. Thank you so much. Can you change your name from Samsung to Joshua? Thank you so much, Irene Kuria. Can I have more? There must be a few people who are on autopilot, and our system gonna identify you. And when we start hiring for the second season, you will miss the opportunity because you are on autopilot. Yes, Jacinta, thank you so much. Yes, Global Nokia HMD, thank you so much. I wish I could get your name. Yes, Techno Mobile Limited again. Just say yes once. Or there are multiple people using Techno Mobile. That's why I need to get their name. I'm satisfied that I've met the threshold. People are there. I'm not talking to myself. We are not on autopilot. People are listening. Congratulations to yourself. Congratulations to everybody in the call. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this particular point, I want you, I'm coming before you very respectfully to give reaction to our presentation. Not only what my software engineer has presented, but everything from the beginning of the meeting. What do you think about this idea? Can you criticize us negatively? We take negative criticism positively. And can you also criticize us negatively so that from your criticism, we can understand your line of thought and maybe grasp one or two ideas that can add value to what we are doing. And before I give a chance to the first person, kindly allow me to say that because the instructional tools like schemes of work, record of work, lesson plan, name them, are going to be generated automatically from the system. And when I used to be a teacher, one of the most disappointing stuff that I used to deal with is to make those schemes of work. The principal or HOD asking you, Mr. Pius, in the staff meeting, you have not submitted your schemes of work. That is my principal, British Ikobe, talking to her teachers in the staff meeting. We'll not have that anymore. It will be generated automatically for the system. Now, the question is, what will the teachers do with that time? The teachers will work remotely. The teachers will use that time to focus on the weak students, and the teachers will use that time to focus on behavior management, to manage the discipline. So that's another benefit that my software engineer did not tell you. Now, another thing is this. You know, I'm coming up with the technology, the first of its kind in Africa. I'm just using Africa because Africa is known to be backwards. Everything negative is pushed on Africa, the Black African continent. But the real thing is, it is for the whole world, because there are some futures that will come later. And this one I will fix myself, everything to do with artificial intelligence, everything to do with machine learning, those ones I do myself. I'll not use any contractor or my software engineer to do them, but I may decide to use my software engineer as my handy person or handyman, so to see how it is done, so that when I'm not there, she can do it herself on my behalf. Now, the question, the big issue is, if this app succeeds, who is going to own it? Mr. Michael Lahendera, my answer to you is all of us. I'll only take 50%. And the 50% will belong to all of you. We are all Kenyans. This idea, this knowledge that I'm using to come up with this innovative idea is not mine. It belongs to somebody else. And the owner of this knowledge is God. If God decides to recall me back home today, I'll go with this knowledge. This is the only thing nobody can inherit from me. And therefore, I have a duty and responsibility to share this free God-given knowledge, of course, with a few efforts, staying in snow for 9 years, and 9 years there. But since I came to the United States, I've never spent a single cent in school. They're always giving me scholarships. When they get to my ideas, scholarships. Sometimes I get even multiple scholarships, 3 or 4 of them at the same time. Like this one, after breaking ranks with my professor, I went to work for the United States Air Force. United States Air Force is one of the most prestigious military arm of the military in the US. The most prestigious is the US Marines, then followed by the US Air Force. I went there, and when I opened my mouth to talk, then they just realized this is an African. They say African is talking with a deep, thick African accent. That's what they tell me. And when I used to teach in central Kenya and in the Rift Valley, when I was a teacher, I never worked in my backyard. I was always in diaspora. And no wonder God gave me the opportunity to come to the real diaspora. And they were telling me, oh, he's speaking with a very thick, deep, low accent. And I used to tell them politely, imagine it's not my wish to speak like that. It's just the environment I was brought up that made me to do that. But this is just a language. It's just an accent. It has got nothing to do with my creativity. Now, that's what they tell me. They told me when I went to the Air Force. And then I was the only black. The rest were white. Then they write me off from the beginning. Yeah, the same way my parents write me off because I was born in a bush. And they gave me the middle name Oyugi. Oyugi in my Luo dialect means trash. They trashed me from birth. Now, then after 3 months, I tell them what I've been doing. I share with them the results of what am I doing, courtesy of my discovery. Then they say, hey, we can't do without you in the conference. We're going to put you on a plane to Washington, D.C. from Florida, Destin, Florida. And when I went to Washington, D.C. to make my presentation, some of you have seen that video. We recorded everything. My stand, my booth attracted who is who in the U.S. military. And then at the end of it, they told me, we are giving you scholarship to go and finish your PhD degree. I told them, no, I need to rest. I need to rest at least for 1 semester. So I'm taking a rest up to the end of December. And this is what I'm doing. And those are some of the sacrifices we are making. That video is out there. And even after this meeting, I'm going to share it. I wish, Ross Deborah, can you please go to our YouTube channel? Ross Deborah, are you there? Ross Deborah, are you there? Ross Deborah is not there. Michelle Ouma, are you there?
I'm present.
I'm here.
Yeah, or do you have access to our YouTube channel, KISWATE TV YouTube channel?
Maybe just as a viewer.
Yes, I want you to go the one called BN Analytica Mentorship Program, where you are a student, and look for that video that is called From Drosophila melanogaster to UAVs, and then share the link, that link in the chats here for members of the call to see. If you are not able to get it, that's fine. Let me just know. I'll share it in the WhatsApp group after the meeting. So, are you able to get it?
Just share it in the WhatsApp group.
Okay. So when you look at that video, we are talking about the fly that I was given in the Air Force to study how its brain functions because of some of its activities. And then designed one of the most sophisticated war weapons in the world. And we are talking about UAVs. UAVs is a layman language for drone, like there was war in Palestine. We are planning, as the United States now, in the next 50 years, when people are fighting, we are fighting the enemies, we're going to send the kind of drones. It goes, then when it flattens everything, and then when the enemy comes and attack, it's able to make a decision on its own, remotely, without any human being being involved, that it is time now, there's danger around, it is now time to leave. It is now time to leave. And everybody liked it. Everybody liked it. This short man with black accent from the continent of Africa that is known to be associated with only calamities like diseases, COVID-19, war, hunger. Something good can come out of it. And then the media is not reporting. I'm so annoyed with the media in Kenya. They're not even reporting. And it's because of this. It's the same technology that I was using. I'm gonna use in this kind of initiative. Now, because of that, the American people, through their 125 years old organization, After sending their spies to my village, where I have adopted 9 schools, KISWATE adopted schools, to go to those schools, to go to the villages, to find out what I've been telling them on the YouTube channel, if it is authentic and is true. And the report they came up back with that is authentic and is actually true. And what did they do? They decided to recognize my efforts and gave me an honorary recognition called honorary listee in Macuse, who is who in America. And because of this, my database, my file, my profile is going to be in their database for life. Even if I die now, 500 years to come, my name is going to be in that profile. Martin Luther King died in the 1960s. His profile is still there for what he did in the civil movement. Michael Jackson died, I don't know how many years ago, and because of his prowess in the talent show, in the music industry, he's still minting millions of money while still in the grave. That is what it means. And my honorary recognition is just one step behind people like Katonje Brown, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Mark Zuckerberg, name them, Elon Musk, just one step behind. And with your help, by supporting this app, and of course making some money, and making some investment for your retirement, so that after retiring from the civil service, you don't become a pauper as we wait for your retirement benefit to be processed. I'm told by those who have retired that when you exit the teaching service, there's usually a gap between your last paycheck and the time when your pension will kick in. During that time, what do you eat? In the United States, we don't have such things. Immediately you retire, your retirement benefit kicks off immediately. You can even withdraw some lump sum money a few months of the retirement, so that you plan for your retirement. So those are some of the weaknesses of our system that what I'm bringing forward is supposed to solve. So if you support this thing, and it helps the Kenyan child in the whole country, and then the African Union, through their African Development Bank, accepts it and gives further funding, and we roll it in other countries like Rwanda, Burundi, South Africa, Nigeria, name them, and it resolves the same problem is solved in Kenya. Do you know what is going to happen? I'm going to be promoted. And my promotion is, I will be no longer a honorary listee, but I'll now become a maker's listee. The same rank with Barack Obama. Barack Obama was the president of the most powerful country in the world for 80 years. But this son of a peasant, just from the foot of Odiado Hills, where there were no hostel when I was born. I was born in the bush. They were asking me, in which hostel were you born? When they were interviewing me, I tell them where I come from, there are no hostels. And we'll appreciate if you can go there and build some hostel, so that a child that is born now from my village can be born in the hostel. Then they were saying, no, you are lying. You're a big liar. Huh? Such a mind cannot be born in the bush. Then I send them to give them the direction to go to my village. When they took a flight to go to my village, they find exactly what I'm telling them. We do not have an hospital. The best we have that is close to my home is a dispensary, which does not even have a clinical officer. We one registered nurse, no medication, no what is overwhelmed. And when I ask them, I mean, people like Oprah Winfrey, those are people that are in one step higher than me. When we start our meetings, I'm admitted to the club officially in the next few months. When my the profile becomes public, you search me online, you get me, and now we meet in our meetings. I'm told when you go to those meetings, a cup of tea only $10,000 US. I've not reached that level where I can afford a cup of tea at $10,000 US. I better spend that money in putting an African child onto secondary school. But because of this, I'm ready to take a loan just to go to that club and meet Oprah Winfrey live. Oh, meet Elon Musk. And I've been looking forward to meet Elon Musk for a very long time. And finally, when I meet Elon Musk, I'm going to look at him straight in the eye. He's the richest man in the world. From South Africa, he sold eggs in the street of South Africa. But now he's the richest man in the world. And I told Elon Musk that God has given me the grace to tour the whole world, be in several cities, left, right, and center, that even flying, I'm scared of flying because it has been too much. But there's one place that I would like to go. And where is this place? This is the moon. Can you please take me to the moon and stay there just for 1 second? And when you bring me back to the planet Earth, I'm done. Even if I transit the other world, I shall have achieved my dream. Because Elon Musk is the only person in the world that owns a space bus that can take people to space and bring them back. Americans are now held up in space. Their space shuttle broke down, I think 1 month ago. And the only person with the technology, with the space bus that can go there and rescue them is Elon Musk. And Elon Musk, when Elon Musk was approached by the government of America, they were ready to give him, pay him according to his quote. Then he said, guys, oh, I'm sorry. Right now I'm busy. I can't go. The earliest I can go to rescue these people is in January next year. Making America with all its technology, to craft a technology that's going to make those people alive, make them stay alive up to January. That's the kind of person we are talking about. We are very grateful to Elon Musk for bringing Starlink satellite dish internet connectivity in Kenya, as one of the in our country, Kenya, as one of the countries in Africa that's benefiting from that. When we talk about Starlink satellite dish internet connectivity, what do I mean? This is the kind of internet connectivity that's going to receive its signals from the satellite. And that satellite is owned by Elon Musk. It is going around the world very fast at very high speed and giving down signals so that we can have internet connectivity in areas where it is installed. So it therefore means the government cannot interfere with that connectivity. Sometimes when there's political turmoil in countries in Africa, they switch off the internet, they switch off the Safaricom signals, they switch off the Celtel or Airtel signals. This one cannot be switched off. Then two, it has got low latency. Low latency means when Safaricom is having downtime, the same to Airtel or Celtel, because there's power blackout in the whole country for 24 hours. For the one of the Elon Musk, so long as you have power, solar panels, solar power connected to it, you can go with it to the bush and you'll have your signals. So the question of internet connectivity in the remote parts of the country, like northeastern, like those places where we have shifters and have castle rustling, has been sorted out by this. And again, it is mobile. You can put it on top of your car and drive with it to the park, drive it to Masai Mara for vacation. If you are grazing cattle, you can put it on top of your tuk-tuk, drive it to the grazing field, and then let the cows graze. And you do what? Work online for KISWATE Digital Academy, teaching children in other jurisdictions, teaching children of Kenyans who are serving our foreign affairs ministry as diplomats, and they want to do the Kenyan education system. They will no longer be required to come back to Kenya to take that our system of education. They will now, with this technology, they just take the education system in Kenya remotely at the comfort of the countries where they have been employed as diplomats. So what am I talking about? The benefits of this technology is endless. The list for the benefits is endless. Now, what motivates me? Why am I giving 50% out to the people who are going to help me? The reason is I want to move from one step, from honorary list to a maker's list, to be in the same level like Obama, without becoming a president of any country. That's motivation number one. Now, motivation number two, there's this saying that we're gonna be in this thing together. If we fall, we fall together. If we rise or succeed, we succeed together. As I make more money on this innovation that has taken me 9 years to craft, to fix, I want everybody, including the teachers, the principals, the students, people from my village, to make money with me. Remember, I was just a teacher, a simple teacher in a school with the TSC before I went to the United States. And I taught in 5 schools. And if there are teachers in this call who are from the following schools where I taught, shout out to you, please. My first job as a teacher was at Laser Hill Academy in Ongata-Rongai. My second job as a teacher was at the Queens of Apostles Seminary, opposite Safari Park along Thika Road. And then at that point that I got the TSC job, and my first posting I was posted to Sawagongo High School, but I opted to go for Thika Secondary School, Kenyatta Secondary School in Thika, a small day school in Makongeni. We are the people who started that school. And then later, I was transferred to Riru Girls High School for 2 terms. And when I was in that school, Mr. Hender, when you were hearing me, the worst of the worst happened. Mr. Hender, are you hearing me? Mr. Hender, are you there? Somebody's speaking. My admin, can you mute? Beatrice Kobe, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, you being a principal, I want to share a story with you. When I was transferred to when I was transferred to Riru Girls High School, I only taught for 2 terms. And then I go to my study leave to go to KU to do my master's. Now, my principal, by then, I don't want name names because I don't want to attract legal cases in courts of law. Decided, being jealous about me and my progress, decided to recall me from my study leave at Kenyatta University with a zawadi. And do you know what the zawadi was? An interdiction. At this point, I congratulate her and thank her very much for interdicting me, because if she didn't interdict me, I could have not had the ambition of relocating to America. Now, when I was brought back to the payroll at TSC, I was posted, it was just immediately after post-election violence. Then I was posted to Olkejuado High School. When I went to Olkejuado High School, I met a genius. I met geniuses in the name of Mr. Micah Hendera, in the name of Principal John Yoya, Chief Principal John Yoya. And do you know what these 2 gentlemen were doing in that school? When Mr. Hendera is the master of ceremony, all students will go to the space, the place where we used to have our functions, the dining hall, or the open space, 30 minutes before time to occupy the front seats. Because Mr. Mike Ahendera is the master of ceremony. But when other teachers are a master of ceremony at MC's the occasions, they will not go, they will go 1 hour late. That tells you what kind of an MC Mr. Ahendera is. Then Mr. Principal John Yuya, who is the KISWATE CEO right now, what does he do? When he went to that school, I look at the bill or the dashboard, the turnout for teachers in that school was like 1 year. If a principal tries the best, it will be like 2 years. But there were principals who were in that school only for 1 term. And there's also another principal whom I saw in the dashboard that was captured, that was only in that school for 2 days before he was kicked out by the parents. So the turnout for principals in that particular school was very high, meaning the community was very, 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 very well informed. And they were not playing. If you are a principal, you come to the school, you can't deliver according to their terms, you go, they send you away. They will not wait for the TSC to fire you. They will send you on their own. The firing will come later. Now, when Mr. Yuya went to that school, he stayed in that school for over 10 years. Now, I used to carry the briefcase for Mr. Yoya. Madam Kobe, make sure you have a teacher who can carry the briefcase for you when you are going for your meetings. Huh? And
I've taken note of that.
And as a student teacher who used to carry briefcase for the boss, we used to attend some meetings even at midnight. They go even after 2 a.m., 4 a.m. in Nairobi, in Ngong. And this meeting is attended by the politician of that area. Who is who in the Ministry of Education? Who is who in TSC? And the following week, when we go back to school, you get the breaking news. The following principals from the following schools have been transferred. The following teachers have been promoted. So many things going on. Too much politics in that particular area. So how did one time when I'm just about to come to the US, I asked Mr. Yoya, what trick or leadership skill, the methodology do you use, have you been using to make you stay in this school for over 10 years? Then he laughed, and in his swinging chair, he swung around, and they tell you, Mr. Odhiambo, I'm a graduate from Makerere University, and I studied political science with history and government. That is what I used to teach when I was a teacher. There are some skills that you just need to observe and move on. Then he told me, number one, don't start war with the teachers. Teachers are your greatest point of support. If teachers are teaching well in a school, students are passing their exams, nobody will teach you. That is trick number one. Trick number two, if there are those teachers that they don't want to toe the line, they don't want to sing your song, they don't want to do what you are telling them to do, please don't interdict them. Please don't frustrate them. That should not even be a point of discussion. Teachers know their jobs, and they're supposed to do their job as per the requirement of the Teacher Service Commission. I'm only here as an agent of Teacher Service Commission to supervise the curriculum implementation. So if I happen to come across that teacher, I will not transfer him to Northeastern as a punishment. What I'll do, I'll engineer his or her promotion to become a principal in another school, so that when the teacher goes there, to me, I'm very happy because I'm done away with the problem. And to the teacher, he is very happy because he has got a promotion. So both of us are happy. And the reason why you have to do this when you are a principal is because you have your life outside the Olkejuado High School. When you meet these teachers, they need to be your friends. You need to have a good relationship with them. You need to meet over a cup of coffee. And me being one of the beneficiaries of his system, I left when he promoted me to a deputy principal. However, my coming to America stopped me from taking my position as a deputy principal. And therefore, when I was looking for somebody to implement KISWATE idea 5 years ago, I decided to give him a job, and he's still working now. Now, when you meet here, the moral of the story is, when you meet here at KISWATE Digital Academy, you're going to work in teams, you're going to work in groups. Please don't start being petty. Don't by spending most of your time solving conflicts. Me, I don't have time to solve a conflict in a team that is supposed to develop a digital textbook for Swahili or for Fasihi. Me, if I'm told by my PDAs that there's a big conflict there, I have no time to address that. I just suspend both of you for 1 year. And once you go there, you agree, you come back, I bring you back. If you agree that you are now ready to work together after 1 month, and you work in the same group and you have agreed there will be not going to be a conflict of that nature, I just bring you to go work because I have no time to solve conflicts. Teachers are very bright people. They are very intelligent people. It's because of teachers that I have Dr. Lovelina Tiang, that I have Dr. Michelle Ouma, I have Dr. Nundu, I have Dr. Mildred Moran, I have Miss Sharon, Chef Korir, and many others. I have James Oduor. I have around like 35 of them. If there were no teachers, we won't have these people. That is my motivation. Now, the other motivation why I'm doing this, sharing my academic investment with the members of the public who are going to be majority teachers. Hello, are you there? Yes, I see we have 20 people in the call. Is the sharing of the screen that has gone off. So the other one is this. The other motivation is this. I'll be more than happy to come up with the most sophisticated type of technology in the form of a digital school to address problems in the CBC curriculum. But look here, you have a car, the most expensive car in the world. If you have this car, Mr. Michael Lahendera, you are hearing me, and you cannot fuel the car, you can't put fuel in the car is without the fuel, the car will not be helpful to you because the car will always use the fuel. Now, this is the analogy. The content you are going to develop in the next 18 months before the CBC curriculum in senior school begins in January 2026 is like the fuel in the most expensive car. And The expensive car is like the digital schools as presented by Ross Deborah Peel. Now, if the digital textbook does not solve the problems for the students, it doesn't matter how sophisticated my app is, it will not be helpful to our students. And therefore, you are the people that are going to drive this innovation. You are the people that are going to make this innovation add value to our school. And therefore, in my entire life, there is nobody that has ever given the highest value like teachers. Without teachers, we want to progress, we want to move forward. And teachers also, for your information, if you are not aware, if there's a war and you migrate to a foreign country, another country which is not your country, you can't stay in a camp. Simply because even in those countries, there are teachers. And they are always looking for teachers. The whole world, no matter the country, they are always looking for teachers. And that is how important you are. So without much further ado, at this particular point, I want to stop there and give members of the call at random to react to our presentation. I see the number is now 16. Please, can you react to our presentation? If I don't have volunteers, then I'm going to call at random. The people who have exited the meeting early, be aware. Our system is notifying. If you are to leave, you need to ask for permission. Yes. Please announce your name. Thank you so much. Introduce yourself.
Ogembo Roda.
Oh, hold on, Ogembo Roda. I want to see your face. Let me change my view. I hope you are put on your video. Is your video there?
Let me.
Hey, my software engineer, Ross Deborah, can you please change my view so that from presenter's view to everybody's view so that I see Ogembo Roda? I want to see Ogembo Roda. Hey, Ross Deborah, are you there?
Yeah, her video is not on.
Okay, I'm now, I can now, Ogembo Roda, I'm looking for you. Please put on your video. I want our system to capture the person who is talking. And I hope you have labeled yourself Ogembo Roda. I'm going through the list. I can't see Ogembo Roda.
Yeah, I'm Ogembo Roda.
Oh, yeah, I get you. But you are using Ogembo Nyatichi. Is that the same person?
Yeah, Ogembo Roda Nyatichi.
Yes. So how come you are Ogembo Roda and you are using the account for Ogembo Nyatichi?
I'm Ogembo Nyatichi Roda.
Oh, you are Ogembo Roda Nyatichi Roda. That's what you have told us. Okay, Roda, please, Ogembo, please go ahead. Put on your video and make your remarks.
I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher, just a teacher.
No, I can't see your video. Hold on, I can't see your video. Can you put on your video, please? We need to know the face that's being associated.
You have disabled yours. That is why my video cannot be seen. Yours is disabled.
Okay, thank you. Ross Deborah, can you enable the videos for all participants? Ross Deborah, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, are you able to enable? Yes, I can now see you. Ogembo Roda Ogembo Nyatichi. Please go ahead, introduce yourself.
Ogembo Roda Nyatichi. Okay.
Yeah. What qualifications do you have? Where did you go to school? And hold on, where did you go to school? Where do you teach currently? How many years of experience do you have? And what is your motivation for joining this outfit, given the fact that we are not paying you people during the training? What is that thing that drives you to come here without pay? And then you go ahead and criticize us, both positively and negatively. Your criticism is very important to us.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, go ahead, please.
My story might be a long story, but I want to be short. I just come from a humble background. I started as a P1 teacher.
Right.
Because of financial constraints, the way you have said your story, it's almost the same as mine. It was hard for me to be in school most of the time. I used to be sent on off from school because of school fees. So I went in a small high school called Renyan Chabera from Ogembo, the other side. So I managed to join as a P1 teacher, Shanzu TTC Mombasa. From there, I went to University of Nairobi to do my degree in business and history. From there, I was employed as a P1 teacher. Now I'm deployed as a junior secondary teacher. I'm also doing my master's in administration, management, and planning. Right
Let
now,
me ask
at
you, hold on, Nyatichi. We are having a conversation, and a conversation is a two-way traffic. Let me ask you a question. Because you are deployed in the junior secondary school right now, and that is the CBC curriculum, can you please confirm or deny that the teething problems you have highlighted, lack of textbooks, and if they are there, they are too expensive, and if a school has been able to get textbook courtesy of the government sponsorship, which started recently, then there are no teachers, shortage of teachers to use those textbooks to teach. And if there are teachers that are able to be there to teach those textbooks, then because of being overwhelmed, they are not able to cover the syllabus. Out of the 20 chapters in a textbook, they can only manage to cover 12 chapters or even 10 chapters. Now, from where you sit, from the school where you have been deployed, can you confirm to us which of these challenges or which of these teething problems are you currently facing in your current station? Please, over to you, madam. Go ahead.
There are many challenges, Faiz. One, we have the shortage of teachers. Two, the designs that we are using, they are not on the same line with the textbooks we are using right now. For example, we started with the business education, computer science, and the pre-technical studies as different subjects. They decided to combine again to become one subject. We have not seen any textbook that is combined that we are using as pre-technical studies, but we are being told to pick some topics from those different textbooks so that we come up with what this design requires to do. And remember, we have not seen even the design itself. The learners are suffering. Two, as much as we are dealing with these learners, the content is huge and heavy for them. As teachers are struggling to get the content to deliver to the learners, as the government is struggling to give us the right education that we are supposed to give these learners. The problem is everywhere. I'm happy that you have come up with the idea that we are going to come up with a solution where these learners can be able to get these learning materials from the internet. And the big issue here now, you said we criticize and we talk of everything.
Yes.
Imagine there are some learners over here, their parents cannot even afford the smartphone. You're saying that we are going to get these materials from the internet. We buy credit to get them. You must have an Android phone. The parents don't have the funds. The other parents cannot even afford the credit to buy those materials from the internet. And okay, we are going to support this idea you have come up with, but remember, most of the teachers, they take long to accept the change. It is hard for them to accept that change. You may get that. As much as I feel that this is the right thing, someone may criticize it, thinking that you are making money from this exercise, without knowing that it is all going to benefit us. To my side, this is a good idea. You are going to get exactly the nice materials from this platform, and you have said that you're going to get the schemes of work, the lesson plans, the record of work covered, everything from the platform. It's a good idea. But as much as we're doing this, remember, everything has its own advantages and disadvantages. But for me, I can see the platform has more advantages other than disadvantages. As we are going to move on, at the end of it all, we are going to succeed. 2, you have said that what made me to join you while I know that I'm not going to be paid. As much as we are sharing, at the end of it all, you may get that I've benefited a lot from this platform. Others are learning. I have my children. I can be able to come up with, I can get the information from your platform, and I can involve my learners about my kids at home when are in the old days, so that they can get the information, or they can read ahead of their teachers, and it is going to be a good thing. Remember, as much as we think that we are going to be paid at the end of every session, or at the end of everything that we do, other things we get them, and we enjoy the benefits, not necessarily money. If I told you get the money, it's okay. If I don't get it, it's okay. But for me, I've decided to join all these, although my target was to write a book, business studies. Mr. Fires, sometimes I may go against you shortly, because you penalized us because we did
That's
not
okay.
join
That's
the
okay.
meeting. See
Hold
what?
on,
It's okay. See what has happened.
Hold on, Nyatichi. I embrace negative criticism because
Yes,
from where I stand, hold on, from where I stand, if somebody criticizes you, could it be a lady? Could it be a man? If you're a lady, my understanding is that that person loves you to death. He wants you to be a better person, so that next time when you meet out of that criticism, if you actually want to laugh back, you will improve. Whether it is on dressing code, whether it's the performance at work,
No,
whether it is the way you speak.
I'm not,
Yeah,
I'm not going
that's
to
how
take
it
it
is.
negatively.
No. Hold on. This is not just about you. Remember, the conversation we are having about you, between the two of us here is not for us. It's for the other people. It's not for this meeting. It's for our online followers. This is for our online followers. That's why we are doing this conversation. And Rose Deborah, before you go to bed tonight, can you please cut off my conversation with Madam Nyatichi? We're gonna rebrand it and then put it online for other people to see. So you are representing those parents, you are representing those teachers that are undergoing through those challenges. So let me come back to your question. Nyatichi, we are having a conversation, a two-way traffic. You talk, I listen, and then I talk, you listen. Now you have talked, I listen.
Yeah.
Now it is my time to talk, and you should listen. Now, the thing is this. You talk about the parents not having a smartphone, the parents not having computers, laptop. But my question to you is, Madam Nyatichi, is your junior secondary school housed within an elementary school?
Yes.
Now, can you please find out for the head teacher for the elementary school if the school received tablets? And if they did, how many were the tablets? And if there are those tablets, how many days since those tablets were donated to that school by the government of Kenya have they used it with the students? And if they have used it, are they connected to the internet? Are you able to answer part of that question, Madam Ogembo?
Yes.
Can you answer,
I'm going
please?
to answer.
Yes.
I'm going to answer that. It is just a disaster.
But are the tablets
other
there?
gadgets were stolen.
They were stolen.
They were stolen. Others are not working.
Now, Madam Ogembo, if the government of His Excellency Muigai Uhuru Kenyatta, the retired president, or the government of His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the current president, gives you tablet in the community, in a school, and then one of you Members of the community. I don't want to say that one of you teachers, one of you students, or one of you parents, but I want to say that one of the members of the community where the school is domiciled goes ahead and steals the tablet. Whom do you blame?
They were
Do you
stolen. They are
blame the
not there.
president or you blame the community?
We blame the community.
And if the community is being blamed, whom should we blame that has not done his work? It's the teacher. You have not done what is called sensitization program, awareness program. Did you call the meetings and our parents' meetings and have a conversation with the parents, the importance of those tablets? Why those tablets have got more value when they are in school and they are used to teach our students than when it is stolen, being used by one person in a family or being used in a shopping center to run a cyber cafe. I had a case in one of my schools where I donated a Wi-Fi modem, and the Wi-Fi modem, the teacher decided to go and lease it out in a cyber cafe in the shopping center, and he was making money, and the students were suffering having access. Now, you have answered my question. Now, the other thing, the tablets, the laptops are already there in schools. How many teachers do you have in your school that do not own a smartphone? Are there many or there are few?
There are few.
Now, my technology will come with another facility called a digital classroom. And in the digital classroom, we are going to have all those gadgets in the digital classroom with the technology. I'm going to share a video, one of the technology that we use when we redeploy, when the government of Kenya accepts our idea. And in the digital classroom, will be like, it will be a shared resource center, like a library, so that during preps, students can go there and buy their books in terms of chapters. Bamba 100, Bamba 10, Bamba 20, Bamba 1. Or Bamba 1 shilling. Sometimes I will give promotion of Bamba 1 shillings. And if 1 million people around the country buys, they'll have 1 million. You'll be buying just in 1 second, or just in one minute, or just in 1 hour, stuff like that. Now, to the question of the people who will be jealous about me that I'm making money, me, I have no problem. This country is for all of us, and we are all mandated to develop us with our skills and technology. If you think that you have the kind of technology that I'm bringing home, please go ahead and be my competitor. Let us meet in the field. The market is so huge, 11 million Kenyan children. Me, I don't need 11 million. I just need like 3 million to subscribe. I'll retire from my job and I'll be moving from one country to the other, going to the beaches, holiday, because I spent 9 years on snow and hot summer doing this. And let us see when you come to meet me in the field, who will need the other's assistance? I need competitors. I don't want to be a lone ranger. Madam Nyatichi, if you have a technology that can match my technology, can you please be my competitor?
For now, I don't. I think you are not.
You get my point.
Extent.
Then the
I'm
other thing is this.
My concern.
Yes, we are,
Mr. Pius.
Yes, and another thing,
my
Madam
Nyatichi.
Another thing, Madam Nyatichi. Nobody will invest in this kind of thing without making money. Remember, I've spent 9 years on snow and 9 years on hot summer. And we started this thing 5 years ago. There are schools who have worked with me, who were supporting me, teachers like Micah Hendera, teachers like Beatrice Ikobe. Name them. I'm going to make money. And I'm going to make a lot of money, not small money. They have started calling me in America the Mark Zuckerberg of Africa. That's my nickname in town, on the streets here. Mark Zuckerberg of Africa. After making my presentation, I didn't even care to start twanging, to speak like America. Oh, how are you doing? Is everything okay? I don't do that kind of shit. I speak my English the way I was taught by my primary school teacher, with the low accent, deep one. After all, this is just a language. It's not rocket science. And with all that, they still follow me. They're still looking for me. They're still giving me nicknames. Now, I'm going to make money. Yes, I've worked for it. And this money I'm going to make, Madam Nyatichi, I'm saying, as a person of the people, as a person from a very humble background, as a product of the community, I'm going to share 50% with the community, which is you. And this is the proposed distribution. The Adobe, not Adobe, the KISWATE adopted schools, the 9 schools that have been with me in this thing for the last 5 years, are going to give them the 20% of the revenue, not expenses, the revenue that I'm going to collect. The teachers that are going to develop the content, I'm going to give them 15%, and I'm only going to hire 100. The developers. I've already hired 19 developers right now, and I need 100. I still have 81. If you want to be hired in the next 3 weeks, you can be hired by not leaving my meetings early, by not doing autopiloting, by refusing, by contributing the way Madam Nyatichi is contributing. And you know, my admin who are well trained, they are taking notes. The system is also taking note. Now, Madam Nyatichi, you can imagine if you can do what you are doing for the next 2 weeks, the next Saturday and the other Saturday, what will be the results? And the results will be, if you continue this mode, the results will be, oh, Madam Nyatichi has contributed very well in your meeting. That's my system giving me reports. And she is hired. No interview.
I'll be happy.
I just need to have a conversation with you. I just want to check your work ethics. Are you the type of person that will go to school late, will come to school late? Are you the type of person when you go to school, you will give the
issue? That's the issue. Now,
yes.
The issue here is, I'm staying
yes.
at almost the end of Migori, almost to Tanzania. I'm at Kiancha. Sometimes you get that my network roams around, and my network also goes to the other side at Tanzania. So when I want to join your meeting,
just a minute, I've got your point. When your network goes to Tanzania, please follow your network to Tanzania.
No, I cannot even receive your call. You can get that when you try to call me,
you need to inform us. When the network comes back, you need to inform the admin, Rose Sombe, is the hiring manager right
now.
Yes.
See, our trainer was training us. From nowhere, I don't know what happened, the network get lost. But we're
gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that for you by bringing an Elon Musk internet satellite connectivity in your area.
Thank you. I'll be happy.
We're gonna fix that. With the people of Kehancha, I don't know how far Kehancha is from Nyabohanzi. How far is Kehancha from Nyabohanzi?
Almost 4 kilometers.
Yes, at Nyabohanzi there, we have a man by the name Ayamarwa, one of the biggest YouTubers in Africa. He's installing those Starlink internet connectivity, many of them in his village. So very soon we'll do that in the schools that we have identified, that we have adopted, that we are ready to work with them as our KISWATE friendly schools. So KISWATE adopted school 20%, developers 15%, KISWATE friendly schools 8%, consultants 6%, office of the chief consultant 1%. Mr. Pius Odhiambo, the innovator, with his personal advisors. If I nominate you to be my personal advisor in my camp, in my office, and my family members, I'm a family man, I value family, my wife, my 2 children, and my siblings, all of us, we're going to enjoy 50%. Huh? You see? So even if I'm making money, but most part of this money is going back to the schools, it's going back to the community. Why punish me? Why steal my Starlink internet dish? Huh? But anyway, we're going to have tough security. We're going to ask the Kenyan police to protect our gadgets. You can't steal. If you steal, you eat the bullet. Before you.
My concern, Pius, is what about those learners who come? You have said that we may use this gadget in school. Imagine a situation where a learner is being chased away because of school, or sent away because of the school fees. How can this assist the learner who is at home because of the school fees?
I've got your point. If they are chased away because of the school fees, and their parents, I've got your point. Their parents can afford a smartphone, is going to continue learning from the smartphone. Now, in the school, which are going to send us teachers to sign up. Remember, between now and January 2nd, 2026, when the CBC curriculum is going to start implementing the senior secondary school, we are going to hire approximately 50,000 teachers, remote teachers. So schools are gonna give us teachers to sign up for this program, to allow us to build digital classrooms, to give us students to test this process, etc. They are not going to send students away for school fees. What are we going to do? The 20% that we'll give back to schools, we'll ask them at the end of the year, what is the total school fees arrears? Some schools are telling me 3 million, some are telling me 11 million. We'll write off those fee arrears for them so that their students can benefit. But those schools whose teachers just want to be paid cash on delivery, I'm telling you, when we start rolling it out and start earning, having a source of income, we will stay away from you. We will fear you like a plague. Because when we needed you most, you stayed away from us. It is tit for tat. And to the government, we're going to pay taxes. And I don't see any reason why they should stop us from getting a license. They should stop us from having our books being approved by Kenya Institute of Curriculum and Research and Development. And this meeting, Madam Nyatichi, was meant for public participation. We want to invite NAT. We want to invite KUPPET. We want to invite people from the Ministry of Education. We want to invite principals. We want to invite teachers. We want to invite everybody to give us their idea, to ask big questions, the innovator. So that when you decide to sign up for us, all your questions are handled, are answered, and you have also identified an area where you are going to benefit. Like Madam Nyatichi, you teach in that school, I can't pronounce the name. And now if you give you a platform where you can teach in 2 more schools and make the same amount of money that you make with the TSE, will you be happy or not happy?
I'll be happy.
Okay, I think I'll spend a lot of time on you. My software engineer, cut off this part of the video, rebrand it, and then send it to me before you go to bed tonight. Now, Madam Nyatichi, this is a lady, this is a female teacher. Now, next, I want to pick a male teacher, a man, so to react to our presentation. And after that, I'll pick one more and then we go away. Thank you very much. We want to stop at exactly 1 o'clock. On your side, I don't know what the time is right now. We started at 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe it will be 8 by the time we stop. Maybe it's 12:41. Is it 12? Is it 7? Is it 7:41 p.m. right now in Kenya?
Yes, it is 7:41.
Yes, 7:41. We have 19 more minutes because we have to stop at 8. Okay, one more. Can I have a man, that courageous man that's going to criticize me, both positively and negatively, so that I can answer your question? If there's no that courageous man, Nyatichi, can you pick for me a man from the screen who should be able to react to our presentation? Pick for me a man. Just, hey, Joshua. You are the lucky man around, Joshua. Joshua, can you hear me? Joshua, are you there? It looks like Joshua is in autopilot. Madam Nyatichi, pick another man. Madam Nyatichi, can you? Oh, Joshua is there unmuted. Joshua, are you there?
I'm there.
Put on your video, please, so that our system can know your face.
The video.
Yes.
The host has disabled it.
Hey, my Rose Deborah, please, can you enable Joshua to share his video?
Yes, that's okay.
Thank you, Rose Deborah. And it looks like your lighting is very, very bad, but just continue. Just continue. And introduce yourself. Where do you teach? Where did you go to school? Yes.
I'm just.
Hey, your network is very bad when you put on your video. You can put off your video because we have seen it and see whether your network will be good and continue speaking to us. Hey, Madam Rose Deborah, can you put off his video to see whether there will be improvement in network? Oh, Joshua is frozen. Joshua is frozen. Oh, can I pick on another one? This time I'm gonna pick on, I see Mary Maina. I'd already talked to Mary Maina earlier. I see Duncan Kirui. Duncan Kirui, please. Can you unmute and say something? Duncan Kirui, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, put on. Oh, is this a KISWATE scholar?
Yes.
Are you a KISWATE scholar?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm asking whether you are a teacher. I'm asking whether you are a teacher or a KISWATE scholar.
I'm a KISWATE scholar.
No, I don't want to speak to the KISWATE scholar because I know you. I didn't know you are called Kirui. I know Cheruyot. Thank you so much for attending and coming. Hey, let me now go to Jacinta Mudanje. I hope I've pronounced your name very well. Jacinta, Madam Jacinta, if you are listening to me, if you are hearing to me, please unmute, put on your video and say something. Criticize us, both positively and negatively. Accept criticism of any nature. And we accept it with a smile. Jacinta? Yes, Jacinta, thank you so much for not being on autopilot. I see you have unmuted. We are waiting for you. Put on your video, please. We'll be very patient with you.
I cannot put it on.
Madam Rose Deborah, can you please enable her to share her video?
I'm back.
Oh, who is back?
Joshua.
Okay. Joshua, stay put. After Mudanje, I'm going to come back to you. Oh, no. Let me have Joshua before we go to Mudanje, because Joshua is ready. But Joshua, see your video. Yes, I can see you now. Joshua, please go ahead. Yes.
Sorry for network problem. We are having a problem. I'm at the border of Kenya, Busia, Kenya and Uganda. So there's that network.
Good.
Yeah, no.
Oh, so you are at the Busia border?
Busia border, exactly.
Yeah, that's my hometown. That's my hometown. My home is 20 minutes drive from Busia town. That is where we're going to have the headquarters of KISWATE Digital Academy. Okay, go ahead, Joshua.
Thank you. So we are trying to say that the program is good, especially today's session about the KDA application. It has been good. The facilitator has taken us well, and we are very encouraged with that application. I wish that it just rolled down to all Kenyans so that they can be able to access that program, and then they can be able to learn on how they can be able to use that. So ours on our side is just to say thank you for coming up with that program and application.
Thank you so much. Mudanje, please take it away. Mudanje, are you there?
Okay. Yes, I'm there. Can
you
hear me?
I can see your video and your branded jacket. It's only that I cannot read the whole word. I wish I could read. It is somehow zoomed out. So when you zoom in, I'll be able to read. Anyway, I'm just having a light moment. You cannot be serious all the time. Life is never serious all the time. Sometimes you have to relax. Okay, go ahead, Mudanje. Introduce yourself. Where do you teach? Where did you go to school? And why have you decided to join us? Given the fact that we have told you in black and white, we are not going to pay you until we start making money, or until the government of Kenya decides to sponsor us, or until the UN or the African Development Bank or the World Bank decide to sponsor us. Please take it away.
Okay, I'm grateful, Mr. Pius, for this forum. First and foremost, I want to say that you have very good presenters. I've been listening keenly, and I have benefited. I am a graduate from Mount Kenya University. I also started as a P1 teacher, but also got deployed in a junior school. Just as Nyatichi said, we have got very many challenges that we are facing regarding to the CBC thing, because there are no resources. Actually, the passion I have for this forum is because it is digital. I am a beneficiary of a digital learning thing. Because I got affected during Corona period and I registered as an online student, which I have done for 3 years and graduated very well. So I know it is very possible. The only thing I'm worried about is about okay, if it will be digital and we have those very poor parents, let me say so, who cannot even afford the basics. Like in our school, they usually pay 3,000 for feeding, and there are some parents who cannot even afford that 3,000, and we are just forced to chase them, go home, fetch school fees, and come back. So if it will be digital, such students, I don't know how they will be helped because I don't think they will be able to access the digital learning materials. And then the advantage of this forum is that in Kenya, there is that joblessness for teachers. Actually, you have heard the way teachers are really crying and crying and crying. There are no jobs. But if this thing comes and starts working, I'm very sure so many teachers will benefit from it. It will create job opportunity for those idling, very qualified Gen Z teachers who can be very good in digital things. And I think they will be of very good benefit to you. And then you talked about comparing what we have in Kenya and what we have in other countries. This CBC is like a cloud. We don't know exactly what is going on in these other countries. But if we can have these forums, at least we have a link for schools in Kenya and others in those other countries. We can compare and see where we are. Like in the school that I teach in Nyabondo, we have a link in UK. Before the corona pandemic, we used to share, we used to even to send some teachers to go to UK and compare what they are doing with what we are doing in Kenya. So I think it will make us have that experience and also benefit us a lot. Otherwise, okay, another thing of why I am passionate about this, I have been having that passion of writing my own books in Kiswahili. Mimi ni mpenzi wa Kiswahili, hasa fasihi. Let me just speak in that Swahili a little. Mimi ninapenda sana hiyo fasihi. And I've been having that passion. Which forum can I show my prowess in writing these things? Because I have been marking inshas and all that. So if I'm given this opportunity, at least I can gain experience because everything must have a beginning. Even if you go for an interview, they will ask you, do you have any experience? Actually, I do not have any experience, but given this opportunity, I can show my prowess in doing that. Otherwise, I'm grateful.
Oh, thank you so much, Madam Danje. You said you teach in Nyabondo?
Yes, I teach in a school called Nyabondo in Homa County, Kakelo, Oberzone.
Do you eat a lot of fish around there?
Yeah, there is a lot of fish from Kindu Bay.
You need to eat that fish called mbota. Have you ever tried it? The one,
Yes,
the one you, the one when you eat it when you used to be small children growing up, on some market day, Tuesday or Thursday, you come from school, and when you want to eat it, mbota has been cooked. The parent will tell you remove your school uniform and go hide it in another house. You eat it bare chested because the smell will take 1 year to get out. That's the best fish I've ever eaten in my whole and in my entire life because it is medicinal. Recently, I visited the beaches. It is not there anymore. If you eat that one, you don't get some sicknesses. And in the European market, it is being sold 1,000 US dollars per LB, per pound. 1 pound of that fish goes for 1,000 US dollars in the European market. Because it is medicinal and is not available here. So if you are the one, what will you go for? Will you go for the smell? Or will you go for the medicinal value?
Medicinal value, of course.
Good.
Joking
So
that
don't shy away from that fish. It is being used as medicine where I live right now, and getting is a problem. Now, I want to address some of the issues that you have raised. As you can see me, I'm just taking a walk in the park where I am. This is the park and what have you, and I'm walking. Because if I was to teach physics or give a lecture on technology to our lecture, this is exactly what I'll do. I just walk around with my phone, enjoying the good sunshine when it is summer like now, and talking without stress and making my dollar. And do you know what I'm using? I'm using my phone, which is more expensive than a laptop. The flexibility. So I like the fact that you said you are a beneficiary of a digital system. Now, the second thing that it looks like you missed that is, did you hear me talking about a digital classroom?
Yeah. But
Yes.
I missed
Yeah,
some
you missed
points.
that part. The digital classroom is supposed to take care of that child from families where they cannot afford gadgets like smartphone and whatever. It will be like a library. So students can use it during preps. If they are the scholar, they can extend a little bit or come there over the weekend. The only thing they need to have is have 100 shillings, have 50 shillings, have 40 shillings, have 20 shillings, Bamba 20. And I'm told even the poorest of the poorest families in Kenya cannot fail to afford 100 shillings in a day. You get it? That's why we are calling Bamba 100. And can you imagine if those poor families, we sell to them or we give them like an offer sale that on a particular Saturday, because of their poverty, we sell to them the books at 1 shilling for that day, 24 hours. And then 10 millions of them around the country buys the book at 1 shilling on that day. How much money will be that? It will be 10 million. Is 10 million little money, Madam Mudange?
Not really.
So Nyatichi was right to say that some people will be jealous that we're going to make money. But I'm telling you, yes, we're going to make money, but we're going to share it with you equally because you're going to bring the fuel. I've designed the vehicle, but can you bring the fuel? Now, apart from that, those others that will be again jealous, even after giving them 50% to go back to build those schools, I'm challenging them. Can they be my competitor? Can they come up with a rival technology? So that we compete. And you know, competition is healthy. When you compete, we're gonna offer good services to Kenyans, to the Kenyan child. But when you have the monopoly, like Kenya Power, you have been making noise every time and again for a very long time that Kenya Power need to be split into like 5 companies so that we break the monopoly, so that there's competition. And when that is done, do you know what is going to happen? We will not have those blackouts. Will not have, because if this one has got a lot of blackout, you move to company B. If company B does not impress you, you move to company C. But because there's a monopoly, they are able to survive even with those long blackouts. That's the same thing with the KISWATE Digital Academy. We need competitors. Bring them on. Bring them on. Let them come out. Let them come out so that we know we have a competitor. But I assure you, the technology we're going to use to roll out this thing, we tested it in August, between June and August, with the United States Air Force, and it worked so well. It is not available anywhere. It is me, and me alone. And it's just a small improvement of what is existing in the AI world. It's just a small thing that people have not yet discovered and made use of. So people who cannot afford smartphone, we have you at heart. As we build this beast, we already taken care of you. Now, the internet connectivity, you at least in Nyabondo, there is no problem with the internet connectivity. But in Nyatichi, Nyatichi talks about, can you hear me?
I'm getting you.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Nyatichi talks about internet connectivity. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one will call by Starlink internet, satellite internet connectivity, stuff like that. I think I've addressed most of your issues. Thank you so much for logging in. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have this series of lectures for the next 5 weeks up to November 15th. Please feel free to come with a team of teachers, 15, 20, and let them ask me questions. Let them ask me questions. The idea is to have people ask me questions so that when we hire you, you join us after we have addressed all your questions. So, Madam Mudanje, I'm going to hire 100 developers, and I only hired 19. There are still 81 remaining. But I can't hire you before you prove to us that you can work. So in the next 3 meetings, if you maintain the same stamina, you come on time, you don't do autopilot, you participate for 3 consecutive meetings, I'll hire you on the 4th meeting.
Thank
And
you.
that's the only reason why you are not hired. And even between now and January 2nd, 2026, I'm going to hire an average of 50,000 teachers. Most of them will be remote teachers. For developers, just 100. But for the remote teachers, I'm going to have as many as the demand requires. And remember, principals of schools are going to hire. Parents are going to hire. Students themselves are going to hire. Teachers are also going to come for this service. They're going to buy our products. So there will be demand for professionals. So thank you so much. With those 3 reactions, unless there's, I don't know whether there's somebody had pointed out. No, with those 3 reactions, I wish to stop here. And I wish to know if Rose Deborah is still in the meeting. I wish to know if Dr. Lavlina Tiang, Dr. Michelle, Dr. Mildred, yes. So please, if you're attending as a teacher, you are free to leave. We're going to download this video and then share it on our YouTube channel. Please make sure you share, you subscribe to the YouTube channel. KISWATE TV YouTube channel and watch. And please keep on coming in the coming weeks so that you give us an opportunity to hire you. You have to attend 3 times and look at your attendance pattern before we can hire you. We don't want to just hire people who are not going to arrive to work on time or they're going to do autopiloting. Thank you so much. Please feel free to leave. Now, the meeting that is left now. Oh, Michelle, can you guide me? Do we end this meeting and then we log back to make sure there's nobody in the meeting here dropping?
Thank you and good night.
Thank you so much. Rose Deborah, are you still there?
Yes.
Yeah, can you please end the meeting and then ask people in the WhatsApp group to rejoin? And the people want them to join are KISWATE scholars from KU, the 4 of them. There was Duncan Cheruiyot. Duncan Cheruiyot should also join. James Oduori should also join, and yourself. So announce in the WhatsApp group that we rejoin immediately. You end the meeting and then restart it immediately.
Why don't
Thank
they
you,
just
Rose
do a
Deborah.
meeting instead? And people who are leaving,
But
the people who are supposed to.
we have 10. We have 10 people, and I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
no.
Huh?
Let the others
Can
are supposed to continue.
remove? Can you remove them? Oh, hold on. Let us continue, but can you go there and remove the people who are not supposed to be there?
They can just leave the meeting.
But they are still there. I can see 9.
They're leaving.
Yeah, 6. I know that 5. I think that number is now good. Let me see who is absent. I have the founder. Oh, some people have left that I needed. Can you call Lavlina Tiang, Deborah? No, not Deborah. Oh, Michelle Oma, Mildred, Sharon to come back because this meeting was for them. Duncan Kuri, don't go away. Rose Deborah, are you going to call them?
I'm texting them.
Rose Deborah, can you hear me?
I'm texting them.
Okay. We'll be waiting. Duncan Kuri, don't go away. Rose Deborah, I'm going to read comments as you text them. And the comments are like this. Good presentation. I have a question regarding school subscription. Hello, thank you for the great presentation. Such a blessing to this nation. And I am just wondering if the program targets the less privileged. How can you assist them when they can't access data for the program? That question is from Margaret Aila. Then the next question from Juma Harun. Juma Harun says, awesome app idea. I am curious to know what the proposed tech stack is on the app. Then the next one is Jacinta Mudanje. Awesome presentation and ideas. Actually, considering that CBC learning areas are so many, the KISWATE Digital Academy will be a savior to many parents. The burden of buying books is just unbearable. The one from Irene Kuria. And Irene Kuria says, this is a very good idea. It will succeed. How do you plan to include learners with special needs so that they can also benefit? From Michael Hendera, a great presentation, a few concerns. What are your concerns, Mr. Hendera? Please share with us. Now from Ogembo Nyatichi, good vision peers, this is going to help learners a lot. Or from Techno Mobile, a great idea, this is going to help the learners very much. And from Beatrice Ikobe, kindly may I leave? I have an urgent meeting to attend. Ikobe, you are excused. The presentation was good. Kindly allow me to exit to attend to another engagement. Thank you so much, Michael Handera. Very inspiring besides being educative. Thank you, HMD Global Nokia P32. And there's another very good presentation here, widening the scope of understanding what KDA aims for. I'm getting you. Okay, next presentation today, really learned a lot. Next time, please speak about digital literacy. I'm deeply interested in the same. Thank you for the good work. And then others are wishing me good night. And that is the end of the points. Now, I still have Duncan Kui. I still have Rose Deborah. I still have KDA founder, and it is 108-808. Rose Deborah, can you hear me?
Yes.
What do you think? They are not coming. Are you able to organize for another meeting for 30 minutes or 1 hour in the course of next week with them? And please let me know anytime from 4 p.m. Let me know, because what I want to discuss with them is very important. And Rose Deborah, they say that you have done a good job. Can you please cut the reactions, all the reaction, where the reaction started, and then send it to me. And then send it to me. In fact, oh, no, not the reaction. Can you cut your presentation only? Leave alone what I talked about earlier. Those ones don't put them. Cut your presentation only and the reaction. Remove the noise and the interference and share with me tonight so that I share with the others. Thank you so much. Do you have any question for me?
No.
Okay, bye. You can end the meeting. Duncan Krui, do you have anything to say?
No.
Okay, thank you so much. Good night.